Hey, hey y'all. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone? It's raining. Hopefully I won't go out too much. I realized it was on it's thunder. How's everybody doing? Enjoy y'all day yesterday. Bye everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's raining out. Hopefully my live will stay on. I see Butt Files. Hey, Butt Files. Hey, Miss Key. Hey, Ken. Mr. Terry. Hey, Knots. Welcome in. Today is Testimony Tuesday. I'm just trying to wrap up talking about women's health. If anybody want to come on the panel, let me know. This is an open panel channel. Stream about want to come up and share anything about what they have become, any or if you're going through anything else, financial, spiritual, if you want to come up and share with us, no one will be judged over here. I'm fair all the way around the board. I respect people's opinions because everybody does have an opinion. Looking everybody this testimony Tuesday. I would love to have some women come up today if they want to share about some things that they have overcome and some things still a work in progress. Since I've been doing women's health this month. Hey, Riz, how you doing? Good. But if anybody want to come up that want to share anything, you're welcome to just let me know. Drop link. But it's good to see everyone. Is it raining where y'all at? Is it raining? It's raining here. My service go in and out. So if you see it go, I'll be back. If you see it go out, I will be back. So how's everybody doing today? This is a new week. Yesterday was a hard day. I hope everybody was enjoyed the day off yesterday. Getting barbecue today. I hope y'all enjoyed. We wasn't able to do too much. It rained yesterday like it's raining today. But I didn't want to do this live stream today. I think it's due to the bad weather. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I see you live and I probably be in and out. Y'all, you put a thumb in the chat, put a thumb in the chat. Can y'all hear me? We got Kenny that got Kenny Bird, the boy. Hey Frank, I want to thank my guys for hanging in here with me. Appreciate fellas. I really do. I appreciate Kenneth. I appreciate all y'all, but I really thank my guys for sticking in here because sometimes talking about women's stuff, but different stuff in general. So today I just wanted to see women's one. Miss Key, you want to come up and share that you have? Or anybody want to come up and say about anything they're thankful for? Today is Testimony Tuesday, and also Thankful Tuesday. My title, y'all see what my title said. This internet keep messing up, but hopefully it's raining. It's raining. So if I good, y'all, it's because of the internet. But my title, Women's Health Month, Overcomers from Anxiety, Depression, Abuse, or anything that you have overcome, you want to share about. By his stripes, all healed. We are all, my say, I was trying to finish up the women History Month. Anybody want to come up and share some things that they're overcoming? Let's see what Frank was saying. It's been raining these past couple of days, y'all. It really has been these past couple of days. You said I don't know how you do it because auto keep going in and out. Hold on. Y'all. Oh, gosh. I may have to wait. Can y'all hear me? Hello. Can y'all hear me? 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 Okay. Welcome in again. Happy Tuesday. Like I said, this weather been crazy these past couple of days. I had put in the chat, what are y'all thankful for today? Today is Testimony Tuesday, Thankful Tuesday. What are y'all thankful for? Put in the chat, what are y'all thankful for? We was able to see a new day. Miss Keith said, I'm thankful for Frank said, I'm thankful for living. Amen to that. Yes. Okay, Miss Keith said, I'm thankful for another day of life. Absolutely. If anybody want to come up and share anything, y'all can let me know. I dropped the link. I'm also thankful. So my testimony, I'm thankful also for another day of life, another day to see my family, another day for my friends, praying and hoping their families are okay and y'all are okay. Good to see y'all. I know I just seen some of y'all in the chat yesterday, so I see y'all today. So God is good. Y'all was able to see another day. Yeah, it's raining. We can't complain too much rain because we're gonna be wishing for some rain when it get them hot months. Right now, I guess it's just trying to you know, get the weather. You know how the weather is now. It's beginning to be summer. It's beginning to be summer. The kids are out of school. I was seeing them today. Someone just walking around. They couldn't wait to get out of school. They gonna stay in the road now. Some but we gonna have our kids in summer camp and things like that for at least the first 2 weeks when they get out of school. Let them stay in some books and stuff for a little while. But anyway, today is Testimony Tuesday. I want to share that God is so good to allow all of us to see another day, because somebody did not wake up this morning. So we do have to give God all the praises. Like I said, I've been sharing about women health. I just want to say God is so good. He have strength, giving me the strength I need to be able to still come on and do my live stream when I'm able to do it. There have been times when I ain't been feeling my best, but I've been feeling good these last couple of days. I've been on a different type of medication for my inflammation, so I think that's working pretty good. I deal with the fibromyalgia and everything, but like the days like today, those rainy days, yes, Lord. My body aches a lot when it rains, and then it aches a lot during the cold. But I do want to say that I can't see where I can say I'm overcoming from anxiety and depression some. I'm not saying I'm completely healed, but I'm claiming I'm healed. You see what I'm saying? Long you speak things in the existence, it will happen. But I thank God that things are not as bad as they used to be. I can't say I have came a mighty, mighty long way. And anxiety and depression, it's mostly common in women, but men and women both have it, but it most common in women. I don't know, because of us just being women, it affects us mostly. But like I said, I can say I'm coming around. One thing I had to do was to let go and let God. When we try to overdo things and try to think we can handle things ourselves, and sometimes we tend to put too much on us. And I know there were times where I was overbearing myself. I was like, you know, having some heavy burdens and trying to carry a lot. But then until I realized that God won't put no more than we can bear. He won't. If he see we out here struggling on things, he'll try to make it where things will get better. It might not be in our timing, and that's a lot of things we have to deal. Be patient. We have to be patient. We have to trust God's timing when it come down to different things. When it come down to our lives, we want things to happen right then, but sometimes things just don't happen right then. Um, so I thank God for patience. I thank God for strength. I thank God for giving me uh, life. I get for giving me life. And if there's something I didn't do right today, tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So we have to be thankful for what he allows us to have. And I learned to accept things that I can't control. I think that was one of my biggest problems when it came down to me having anxiety. I still have those symptoms, but I think one of my biggest problems is that I wanted everything to be all right. I wanted, in other words, how you go through something and you expect for it to go right, be right, Hey, Figure Mama, good to see you. How you been doing? Did you have a good Memorial Day weekend? Shout out to Figure Mama. Check her out. I also shout her out just like I do support it, and I do appreciate it. Like I was like what Miss Patty was saying on her live yesterday. Sometimes we might not see people might not see people that come on every live stream or every video, but you just about know who supports you. So Fugle Mom is always has been one of those ones, whether she come in and speak and just share her being her present in the chat. I appreciate the ones that make it through this live. And if anybody want to come up, I would love for any ladies or anybody that want to come up and share about some things they're overcoming. Like I said, I've been sharing different things about women health, and like I said, depression and anxiety, those affect women the most. Men do have them, but it have been proven that depression, anxiety, heart disease, it's a couple of more illness that really affect women the most. Men do go through depression, men do have anxiety, but by the genders, they said that women deal with it the most. So if anybody that have is dealing with depression, if you want to come up and share about what you do to overcome depression, what are you doing? Are you overcomer? Are you still a work in progress? Like I said, I can say my anxiety level has been kind of good for me. But if I find myself getting overwhelmed, I know I got to step back. You know how you know that some things are just not working for you? Sometimes you have to just say, look, is this worth me getting all stressed out about? Is this worth me um, going through all of this? If you know your body, if you know your health, and you know what things does affect you mentally, sometimes you have to just change up. Whether it people, places, or things, you know, my peace of mind mean a lot to me. And if I don't have much, but I know one thing, my peace, I would rather have peace than anything. I would rather have a peace of mind than having anything. You don't want to just continue to keep going on and on. And I like I said, I had to learn how to say no to people. I had to learn how to step away from things that I don't know why this stream just keep going out, but it was a lot of things I had to deal with personally on my own. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this live, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna make it like it keep cutting out, but I just wanted people to know that if you're dealing with any type of sickness, whether you're dealing with type of anxiety, depression, if you've been in an abusive relationship, you're not alone. There are a lot of people in the world that are dealing with those type of things, and some people have overcome. You know, like I said, I have been talking to a therapist, and a lot of people don't realize a therapist, they think when you go to a therapist, that means you crazy. That don't mean you crazy if you talk to a therapist. Ain't nothing wrong with it if you have to take therapy for anxiety or depression, or if you're having any type of suicidal thoughts or anything like that. You know, their job is there to help you and to listen. So a lot of people find themselves not able to talk to their relatives or their spouses. If you know somebody that's going through anything like that, just try to get them some help. If they're having suicidal thoughts or they need someone to talk to, there are 1-800 numbers that you can talk to someone. If when I was going through the depression and all the things that I was going through, I didn't even think about, because I was going to a psychiatrist. It didn't bother me if people knew it or not, because I was trying to get the help I need. Sometimes you have to swallow your pride, and you know that you're in these type of situation and you just need to get help. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone. Don't be afraid to say, I want to overcome this. And I had to do those things in order for me to be the way I am today. I still have my struggles. I take medication for the anxiety, that I can say that I haven't had now in about over a year now, but I have those symptoms. I find myself getting going down that pattern, but I know how to try to keep things under control now, a little better than what I was, because I have to let go and let God. And a lot of people don't realize sometimes when you feel like, if you know that you can't handle these things, sometimes you have to give it to God. A lot of people be like, you don't see him. You don't have to see him in order to tell him what you want. You don't have to see him to pray to him and say, God, give me the strength. Help me out today. I need prayer. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Right now, it was thundering. Our lights didn't go out, but it have been bad weather throughout the day. I'm like, I got this live stream set up. I said, well, I'm gonna see how things gonna be. So that's why I was in and out. But hopefully things is, those towers and stuff, the internet and stuff, when the wind be blowing and the rain be falling, it does tend to interfere with the internet. But I just want to come on, and I had dropped the link. If anybody want to come up and share about some things that they're overcoming, or if anybody want to come up and just say tell me what they're thankful for today, because I consider today, every day is a testimony. Every day that God wake you up is your testimony. I just take a day on my channel where people can come up and they can share some of the things that they're overcoming, or they can share some of the things that they're working on. Like I said, we all have to take baby steps when it come down to different things, when it come down to our health and things like that. I have my struggles. I have my struggles with my weight. I know it's a mind thing. I have struggles trying to keep this pain level down. I was where my blood pressure was staying up, but everything now is like everything is coming down to normal. So I went up buying a blood pressure cup, and the doctor had told me to keep up with my blood pressure. So things are falling into place. because I had to let go and let God. We tend to want to help everybody, and then we tend to neglect ourselves. But we can't do that. We got to. I always try to have God in the center in whatever I do. I try to put Him first. Oh, everything I'm doing. If I'm out there on the highway, I ask Him to watch me. If I'm going into this doctor office, or if I'm going out to eat, or just out and about, I pray to God and ask Him to continue to watch over me. If I'm taking a family trip or going somewhere, I talk to Him. I said, Lord, watch us on this road. And my kids, my family, I pray for them daily because I know they travel to their job. My husband, he traveled to his job. I ask them to watch over my family and my friends. You could be praying for people and people don't even know it. So today is just one of those days where, I just want to add this in with my commentary about women's health. Like I said, a lot of people are ashamed to speak on if they have been through depression, or if they are going through anxiety, or dealing with some type of mental health. And like I said, mental health, everybody go through mental health. The thing about is taking care, make sure we take care of our mental health, because that is important to us. People might want to judge you about what you go through and what they think you go through. Like, we have these channels, and I have shared different things. Y'all see my husband came in. I have shared different things about what I have in my husband, yeah. I have shared different things about what I still struggle with. But I do want to thank the ones that did come in. I hope y'all are having a great day. I just want to shout out my members, the ones that, hey, pre-retirement, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. Today is Testimony Tuesday, and I was just sharing some things about me being an overcomer. I am this year I'm gonna be an 8-year cancer survivor. Um, I have came a long way when it come down to my anxiety. I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, and I deal with fibromyalgia also, and IBS. I deal with a lot, but I can say God have been in the midst of everything I have done and everything that I'm still trying to overcome. Yes, Lord. So if anybody got a testimony they want to share, if you don't want to come on the panel, you can put it in the chat. Your testimony is what God has done for you and the things He have done for you in your life. And that some of the things that you had been through, you couldn't have got over those things if it had not been for God. Like I said last week, I be having those moments, and I think about how far God has brought me. Because I can sit here and talk about the things that I have been through, and I think about the people that are still going through it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I know God is my savior. He have brought me a mighty long way. I might not have everything I want, but I thank God for what He's able to give me. I thank God for the things that I do have. And nothing come easy. Nothing. Nothing come easy. You hear me? There's a test, there's a testimony, there's something you have to go through to get where you are. Sometimes God will take you through these things to get His attention. Sometimes he'll bring you through things. Like they always say, uh, what's for me is for me, and what God take you through, and it's a reason that things does happen. We might not want to. We might not want to believe that sometimes things does happen for a reason. If we sit back and think about some of the things that we have overcome, and then sometimes you be in these difficult positions, you be like, Lord, why did I have to go through this? It'd be a reason for those things. He don't want us to worry. He don't want us to worry, but he do want us to trust him, and we have to trust his timing. That's why I said I have grown through a lot of stuff. Like they say, you grow through what you go through. How many of y'all agree with me? If anybody in the chat, how many of y'all have how many of y'all have grow? How many of y'all know that you grow through? You grow through what you go through. How many of y'all can say that you know somebody that? You know, when it come down to stuff like, I can remember when I was younger, there are some things I did that I don't do now. Now, when I was coming up, now I used to be like, I never was a bad child. There were always people always felt like they wanted to pick at me, or I always felt like they just had to say something to me or make me. In other words, they always thought they could put me down. And when I was coming up in school, my weakest one of my weakest part as a child coming up, I was too sensitive. How many people in the chat can say you were sensitive, but you got stronger? I was real sensitive as a child. And then sometimes as an adult now, sometimes I'm still sensitive in some areas. In other words, I used to let stuff get to me. I used to let little things, some of the littlest things, or yeah, I used to let people get up under my skin. That when I was like growing up younger, teenage years, you know how that be when you being around a bunch of kids and stuff like that. But as I became an adult, I prayed and asked God to make me stronger. And there are some things now, I try not to let things get to me. If things get to me, I try to deal with it. I don't try to go on and on with something. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather go on and nip it in the bud, be through with it, and be done with it. I don't try to, I don't like to keep carrying on with something. Because they ain't ever stress. See what I'm saying? The more and more you keep adding stuff on and trying to, in other words, you really don't have to explain yourself to no one. You don't have to never explain yourself to no one. They're going to think what they want to think. Yes, when I was coming up during my peer year, what do you call it, peer pressure years, yes, I felt like I needed to fit in. I felt like I needed to fit in. I felt like I wanted to be like the rest of the girls. But you learn these things. You grow as you get older. You learn to, are these things worth my mental health? Are these things worth me going through? You know, and as always, I mean, children are like that now. Hey, welcome in. How are you, RL? RIF, good to see you. With the trend and stuff were going on back in my days, still like that in these days. Kids want to get the newest, up to date out shoes or the up-to-date clothes, or you know, they want to be trending. They want to be with the group what's trending. And that's all kids, that's all children wanted to be like that. But you know, I used to have to look at it like my mom got me what she could afford. Growing up in the house with five brothers, and I was the only girl. And I was thankful to be able to get what I was able to get. That's why I tell my grandkids, I always let them know how blessed they really are. You're now, you can get two and three outfits, you can get two pair of shoes, and it's where now, but things are higher now. They are higher than what they was when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? But we have to let our children know, look, we get to what we are able to. You can't stress yourself out trying to spend all your money on one pair of shoes when you know you got two and three other kids need shoes too. Cause you got to be fair with all the kids. So you know, I was just sitting here how thankful, and I tell my grandkids how blessed they are. I tell them that every day. I tell them that every day. Cause a lot of stuff that we complain about, a lot of stuff that we always say, I don't want this. We could be having a nice dinner, and you might say, I don't know if I want this. And then you can then prepare the dinner, and then you get ready to eat dinner, and half of them don't want what you cook. You see what I'm saying? But you have to look at somebody wish they had that pot roast or that chicken on your table. I don't take nothing for granted, y'all. I don't take nothing for I do not take life for granted. I don't. I really don't. I'm thankful and grateful for what I have. I don't have it all, but I'm thankful for what I have. You see what I'm saying? I got a roof over my head, running water, food to eat, clothes on my body. Where there's somebody that ain't even got that. People are living in the streets, homeless, wishing they had that hot meal, or wishing they had that outfit that you want to pay so much money for. They just lucky to have a pair of shoes maybe somebody just gave them. I don't take nothing for granted. That's just me because for what I've been through. And we have to look at material things are material things. You can always place material things, but you can't replace your life. Can't replace your life. Yeah, welcome in RIF. I never could say the other part of your name, but RIFMK. I know you have been supporting me. Thank you. And good to see you pre-retirement. I hope you had a good day on your. I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day. I know some people probably barbecued, and then some people did. Hey, Sirius, how are you doing? Happy Tuesday, happy Testimony Tuesday, happy Thankful Tuesday. And I was just sharing about some things about what I have overcome and things that I'm, still dealing with. But I was trying to get an open panel for anybody that want to come up and share about some of their things that they're overcoming. It's going fantastic. Girl, it been raining here. It been raining past 2 days, actually. But God is good. I thank him for this new day. I thank him for his mighty blessings, his grace and mercy. I was out and about early this morning, but I told Lord, I said, Lord, cover me on the road. That's why I did that little video earlier. I said, Lord, thank you for a new day. Somebody was not able to see March 27th, 2025. We're almost to the end of this month, everybody. We're almost to the end of this month. We're coming up on a new month. Flowers for everybody. What are you thankful for, series? You know, we always ask, what are we thankful for? And if you're in my chat today, that is your testimony. Because somebody did not wake up this morning. And I'll just share some things about anxiety. You know, I can say my anxiety level has been good for the past year. But I have a disorder, you know, they'll come on now, but I know how to now I can manage it better than what I used to be in the past. So I can't say I'm an overcomer, but I still have to deal with it, you know, because I was diagnosed with it. But I can say that God is good. I'm not, because I had to let things go. You know, our heart is so delicate, y'all. And if we have too much on our heart, it will hurt. You know, sometimes we carry a lot of heavy loads. Sometimes we have to just let it go. And I promised myself when this year came up, when 2025 came up, I said I can't keep doing this to myself. I can't keep going down that road. If it's something I can't handle, if it's something I know I can't control, I can't deal with it because it'll be affecting me mentally. So I had to tell my family. I had to tell my friends. I can't do it. Especially when it comes down to my family. I love my family. But I felt like I had a lot on me. But now I think I'm doing okay. Because I had to let go and let God. And when He's part of your life, you will see the difference in some of the things that you're dealing with. You say it has been raining practically all day. Yeah, it rained yesterday too. My internet was acting up, but it seems like it's pretty straight right now. But I'm just grateful for it all. You know, I try not to complain about things that I can't control. I thank God for what I'm able to do. You know, and I was just talking about anxiety, depression. It affect men and women, but it seemed to affect women the most. And I can say I have came a long way. I can't say, but I'm claiming I'm healed. By His stripes, I'm healed because I see my progress. When you know that some of the things that you've been through and you can feel good about yourself, that lets you know God is working with you. And I know He's been working with me. He's been working with me. Only thing we got to do is trust His timing. Trust His timing. And see, a lot of us don't have patience. A lot of us think things supposed to happen right then, but things don't have to happen right then. Especially if God in the midst of it. It happened when it's your time. It happened when we have to trust God's timing. We have to trust His timing. Like when it came down to this channel, and I always just come back to this because I know some of the things that I had to do. I reached milestones and I just checked it out. I just checked some of those milestones I did was reaching, right? And I said, I didn't realize I had those many videos. I didn't realize my channel had all those views. That let me know I know I've been working. I did. I ain't did the video, but I just shared something. Well, I'm gonna share it later on about 3 milestones. I didn't even know. I got like, let's see, where is it? I got 4,000 and some videos, 700,000 views, uh, and 300, 500 subscribers. Did I think I was going to do all of that? No, I didn't. I really didn't know that this channel was going to be the way it is. But I was hoping it would grow, and I hope it continued to grow. But it took patience. It took hard work. It took consistency. And I had to give it to God. I said, whenever it's time for me to get there, I would get there. I would get there. So I tell anybody that's out here working hard, I'm going to share it later on, see if I got it up here. But I do want to thank the ones that tune in. I could have did this by myself. I couldn't have got 700,000 views on my own. Somebody had to watch me. Whether you've been in my bushes or not, I appreciate the ones that give me that view. And I always have said, and I will continue to say, I thank y'all and God for some of my milestones that I'm gonna probably share it later on. Let me see, can I put this up right quick? Okay, I'm gonna read what you said you're thankful for. Come on. Anybody want to come on the panel and share about some things that uh, they have overcome or some of the things that they're thankful for? But I do want to thank all my supporters for this milestone here. These milestones. I was just checking too, right? And you know the little thing had down there about some milestones I had accomplished. I'm like, wow. I know I've been doing some work on this channel now, but I didn't realize I had reached those The D right here, my milestones here, y'all. It's the internet. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I've been working hard. I said, wow, like this for the last past couple of months. I was looking through the tube letter thing, right? And I'm like, wow, I didn't know I had those many videos. I've been working, even on the days when I wasn't feeling my best. That's why I said having a channel, it does take consistency. And but we do what we're able to do. But I do want to thank y'all and God for supporting me through this journey. And today, just Testimony Tuesday, Thankful Tuesday. I'm gonna read what Sears had said. Can y'all hear me? 'Cause I know I've been in and out. Sears said, I'm thankful for waking up, having God in my life, my family, job, having a roof on my head, money, not rich but comfortable. I agree with that. Rich, being humble, and having discreet. Amen, girl. That's a beautiful thing, there. That's a beautiful testimony right there. That's beautiful right there because everything you had said, we should all be thankful for. One, having life. And I like what you said. You ain't rich, but you're comfortable. And that's the main thing, long as you are comfortable. And that's what I was also saying too. We don't have to please nobody else. We don't really have to explain to nobody what we got or what we ain't got. Because it really ain't their business. But there are people do tend to think they know people's life, but they really don't. People might say, well, she did, she going. Unless you have walked my shoes, you can't judge. You wouldn't judge no one. If anybody going through anything, I pray that things get better for you. Yeah, it's been pouring down. The lights my lights didn't go out, but my brother had told me like 8 miles. My mom lived 8 miles from me, right? He was just saying the lights had went out over there. I mean, it just started right. I had even watched the weather to see what the weather was gonna be by. It was very clear this morning though. But we do have a lot to be thankful for because a lot of people in jail, a lot of people are in the hospital, a lot of people in the graveyard this day. So if you're in my chat, you should give God all the praises. Because somebody didn't make back. I'm not there, not sure was. I'm gonna have to end this. I'm gonna have to end this because it's getting on my nerve. See, I get agitated, but I don't let it. But it's something to do with the internet. Probably because it's been raining. And those towers probably getting bad signals because my TV the same way. The TV keep going out. Supposed to rain tomorrow. Yeah, it been raining the last 2 days. And every time I was watching television before I came live, and I'm like, I knew it was. I'm like, I'm gonna go on up, go live, and see what it gonna do. But no rain signals get off. You know, I live in this rural country, but we all have a lot to be thankful for. But yes, what you say about people, they pocket watch. Yes, they do, honey. They do pocket watch. Think they know everybody where they're doing or what they got, but they don't be knowing. They just speculate. But I hope everybody have had a good Tuesday. You know, we're coming to the end of May, guys. We're heading to a new month. Y'all know we'll be in the 6th month of the year. We're all in the 6th month of the year. Hold on. We're almost in the 6th month of the year. Before you know it, it'll be the end of the year. Time is not wasting, y'all. Y'all hear me? Time is going by. I'm like, the kids out of school already. Before you know it, it'll be Christmas again. I'm for real. Time is passing, y'all. Time is really passing. And it's not waiting on no one. That's right. People don't know a clue about what people got in their pockets. Because none of us got it all. You hear me? Ain't none of us got it all. Like Sirius has said, we're living, as long as you're comfortable with how you're living, that's all what matters. That's all what matters. Yeah, these months going by fast. I'm like, woo. It seems like when kids normally go back to school in August, they out now, right? They'll be out about 2 months. And when they go back in August, Christmas, when they go back in August, November and Christmas gonna be coming up just like that. Yes. But I was trying to see if I want to share anything, but I didn't see what's. I'm gonna go on and end this because it's not just doing the way I want it. I'm finna get ready to go because it's not doing right. You keep going out, and I can't. My internet or something going on. I keep breaking up. I know it's raining here. It's raining weather, and the signal close. You been doing okay? That's good. Was they able to finish your little girl hair? I see she got those little braids on her hair. I said those braids should last her a long time. And I was just talking about people overcoming from anxiety, depression. There are some people that are abusive relationship. There's still some people come out of it and they'd be okay, but they probably have to have counseling and things they have to deal with, in order to get back like they was. But some people walk away from abuse, even though they they know it probably hurt them financially. They try to beat up for the kids. But then there were some people that just walk away and just restart, just rebuild their lives over. And I was trying to see if they come up and share anything. Like I'm not in a abusive relationship or anything like that, but I always wonder why did people stay, and I know why people stay in those relationships, because some people just depend on people, especially when you don't have a job and you got children. Because I was looking at the P. Diddy case on what was going on with him and that lady. I'm like, she stayed with him through all of that. I could easily say she should have left, but I can easily tell a person they should have left someone when they been abused. But we don't know people's situations. We don't know why they stay. We know it probably come from they want to be, they didn't, they depend on that person. They stay for their children. They stay for security, put it like that. You know, Kids don't deserve to witness abuse. Stand. I know, but some people be using that as an excuse. I want to stay with them because they think that's the right thing to do. But it's like you said, it's not. It will hurt. But this for anybody that's dealing with any type of abusive relationship or marriage. I can't tell you to leave, but I pray that find peace. I pray that peace where you're able to go on with your life. It easily say he should, because men get abused too. Men too. It ain't just all women. Men does get abused also. But I can't judge no one because I haven't walked those shoes. I'm married. Like I said yesterday, we have our disagreements and things like that because that's part of life. But when they get to the point where you got to start punching each other and that verbal abuse too now. You don't always have to be up in the face. Things that people say to you, those hurt too. Those verbal abuse hurt. And sometimes those words hurt more than somebody beating hit you. Especially when they putting you down and belittling you and saying horrible things to you. A lot of people can't come back from all that stuff. A lot of people can't come back from abusive relationship. They try to move on, but that's something that they still have to deal with. And like I was saying too, I'll be ashamed to say they have to go to counseling. Sometimes you have to have help. Let me see what you say. She said most times they stay because of monetary reason. Yes, afraid or more harm if they leave. Verbal abuse. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Verbal abuse, that hurt the most, I believe. Especially when they belittling you, judging you, make you feel like you less of a woman or a man. I ain't gonna just say all women get abused. Men does get abused, but statistics show that women and children, they are one of the leading, it affect them the most. And they were saying about depression affect men a whole lot too. Men have depression too. Men deal with depression too, but they have so much pride where they don't want to own up to, yes, I need help or I need to get out of this, you know. So only thing I just try to encourage others like me with their disorder and the things that I deal with, my ongoing health issues. It be affecting me mentally. It really does. I could be saying, Lord, I feel all right today, but every day don't be a good day for me. But I pray for better days. I pray that I can say I'm pain free. That's one day I want to come on here and tell y'all I'm pain free. I'm praying for that. I pray for that daily. I do. I might not come on here and say, "Ooh, y'all know my leg hurt, my back hurt." I don't come on here and speak on it, but I know what I deal with. You see what I'm saying? I talk to God about my problems. I share with y'all, but I don't come on here for no sympathy. I want nobody to be like trying to say, "Ooh, really?" I deal with it. But one day I do want to be pain free. One day I want to say I don't have to take no more medication. I'm praying about all those things. I just can't say I got to stop taking my mission. I can't just say I'm going to stop taking. Some people say they just do natural stuff. I can't say I can do that until I'm at that point. Yeah, but right now I'm not at that point. Now my anxiety got a little better, but I still take medication for it because I don't want to have no relapse and things like that. I take my blood pressure medicine. I take my thyroid medicine. I take medicine for inflammation, pain. I get shots. But one day I'm praying that I can be pain free. That is my prayer. Thank you for that. It does, because those words can never be taken back. It will leave you with second guessing your worth. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Some people, like I said, I've been reading some of the P. Diddy case. I read some of the girl testimony, what she was saying. He was belittling her. He was saying all type of stuff about her, and you done laid up with this man, That's why I said some people don't deserve others. Some people don't deserve to be happy, especially if they treat people that way. Like I said, they saying this and that about that case. But I'm just talking about what I've been reading about. They had a toxic relationship, Eden and Cassie. They had a toxic, abusive relationship. And the way how they showing in them testimony, if they didn't straighten up, somebody was gonna end up dead. I hate to say it. God would take care of us all, ill pain, words, and care. Yeah. Sometimes I done got better. Sometimes I be having, I used to have a lot low self-esteem about myself, and that's when I know I was dealing with the anxiety. I was feeling helpless at one particular time. I thought I would never. Sometimes it's still in the back of my that am I going to end up in a wheelchair? But I stopped thinking negative. I stopped thinking negative because I'm going to end up in a wheelchair. And I feel I got passed on with some of the stuff that she was dealing with. And I tell my kids, I be like, care of me. I be telling my husband, y'all ain't gonna put me in no nursing home. I was feeling like that at one particular time, but I don't feel like that now. Only thing, I just ask God to keep blessing me, and I just take one day at a time, because the kind of stuff I'm dealing with can make me cripple. You know what I'm saying? My doctor has already told me what I'm going through. It can determine how I be as I get older. I don't know. It's going to probably keep crippling me, but I'm not claiming none of those things. I do what I'm able to do, what I can do. I can't worry about it. But she would just let me know. But I always say God have the final say so. He have the final say so. Really. Yes, I saw a guy break up with a girl online, and she didn't react, so he started saying stuff to try to get her to react. He wanted her to be sad. She was strong then, six, but what is this on a video or YouTube channel? See, that's what you call bullying. That's what you call being a bully right there. And also being abusive. See, that's what a lot of people try to do too, y'all. They try to see how you react to things. Ain't nobody gonna sit up there unless you now. I'm just gonna tell you now. Some people do sit up there and get a punch and don't say nothing, just take it. But shoot, if you're able to fight. You don't have to be treated like that. You don't. Unless you just at the point where you just depending on that man or that woman for your everyday needs. Psalm 73:26, my flesh, my heart may fall, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing that. And see, some do that. They try to get a reaction. They try to get a reaction out. See, that's just when they power. You know what I'm saying? They feel like power you, like say nothing. That's where I tell you, this stream, know it been messed up, but it seems like I'm toughing it out. See, that's why we have to get our power back. I'm gonna block them. They get on my nerve. I could block those scam calls. Some people call rat bag. They try to go. It was a young up on a date show and said he was more happier with his head, but it's most men know a weak woman, especially when a woman needs a man. Okay, Frank. Some men target weak women. They don't like stronger. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know a lot of women do sit there. A lot of women do sit there and take stuff, but a lot of women these days ain't really taking that stuff now. It is some strong, it is some weak women out here. They ain't playing now. They fight a man just like a man. But I think it's those women that I think the women that the men know you all I got. When you tell a man he needs you, like if you just depending on that man, and then he know that you depending on him. That's how he get that power over you. That's how he got that power over you when you turn to him and make him feel like he's gold and whatever he say goes. And if he tell you to do so, if he tell you to jump, you gonna jump. A lot of women take it. A lot of these women, the ones that think they got that power, power over you. They're gonna do that. Some men try to take advantage of women like that because they feel like you don't have a voice. Some people feel that you don't have a voice, but make your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard because you don't have to sit there and be treated and mistreated that way. You really don't. I'm with my husband. I love my husband, but I'm not gonna let him mistreat me in a way that he should. I mean, like I said, a lot of people do stay in abusive relationship for money gain, money and yeah, this slide that got on my nerve. Now I gotta get on off of here because it won't stay on. It won't stay on. But I hope everybody did see the challenges. We'll be starting our challenges on Monday. The members channel also. I see a couple of new people saying they gonna participate. Only thing I say, if you're in the challenge, just let us know that. Only way we'll know that you participate, you either put our names in the. Oh gosh, this is not gonna work out. All right, y'all. This live is about to get ready to end. You keep it going in and out. But I do want to thank the ones that did come in. I appreciate y'all so much. I'll try again, maybe tomorrow. But this weather has been crazy today. And the signal keep going in and out. But thanks to the ones that did come over. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all continue to have a blessed night. Stay encouraged and always stay what? Prayed up. Whoever came in the chat, y'all make sure y'all check them out because I keep freezing up. So I'll see y'all on the next go round. Bye bye.